boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to Game
All right.
here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to Game 3 here. Every caster enjoys a good Game 3, as we're going to be bringing you GGWP and MUMEI here as we head into North. Zach, talk to me about the GGWP lineup as they spawn here on the north side of the map.
Well, first of all, I want to say it's always nice to hear that traditional introduction.
That's right.
Thank you so much for that. So moving right along, GGWP is bringing a Conqueror and Ohio for cruisers, a Des Moines, Goliath, Nevsky for destroyers, Gearing, Daring, Shimakaze, and Ragnar. It's almost like they were hearing our boys in the studio saying Des Moines down the 910 line, but it doesn't look like Bowser is heading exactly that way right off the bat.
Doesn't look like he's headed that way just quite yet. Opposing them from the south, MUMEI bringing Ohio and Kremlin, going for a 5-cruiser lineup here. Des Moines, double Salem, Mosfa, and Nevsky. 5 radars on the board here for MUMEI. Also rounding things out with a Z52 and a Shimakaze. Now, Zath, this might be one of the only times we see a Z52 on a map that isn't Northern Waters.
Right, because of that hydro.
Yeah.
So, if you look at where Ganser is headed, that is a pretty strong position for a Z52. You can duck in behind cover, you can back up and spot, you can use your hydro to trap somebody who's on the other side, all that good stuff. The difficulty is if the Nevsky for GGWP manages to get to like the 2 line, he might be able to get some shots depending on where Bowser's Des Moines goes in relation with that. So the point I'm getting at is he's going to be kind of Austin Powersing it for quite some time south of that island in B-cap there. So it's nice to be able to put a destroyer there, but at the same time, you're essentially taking one ship off your lineup because you know he's pretty much stuck there.
Yeah, and I feel like that might end up becoming a bigger deal because GGWP has such a huge destroyer advantage. They'll just be able to move those pieces around the board a little easier, a little quicker, simply because, you know, and you kind of see this in how GWP is deployed right now. If you look at the overall tactical map, the only non-destroyer ship they have any farther forward than the C line is Bowser's Des Moines, and he's pushed up right on the edge of that B cap. Everybody else playing forward is a destroyer. The remaining 4 ships on their team all just chilling back on the C line, just calm.
If you think about it, if you look at the GGWP lineup, right, Nevsky isn't really a pushing ship unless it's got a snail, in front of it. Are you looking at those torps on Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, Obi-Wan just with a narrow dodge there, cuts his throttle just in time to make the turn and dodge some torpedoes there. Ooh, that was close.
But like I was saying, Nevsky is a kiting ship. Oh, Ganser detected by Des Moines now at B-cap with the radar going. And
Bowser tired of the torpedo spam, puts his radar up. Oh,
they
moved Killstar in. That's a really well-positioned Ragnar play.
Absolutely, because now Ganser has less room to maneuver. Look at Daring's Optical's Daring.
Yeah.
Right on the other side.
Oh, they were ready for this position, Zach.
Absolutely. Yes, and this is what you expect out of a very competitive team. Ganser's pretty much stuck. He can either move forward and die, or he can back up and die. But he's pretty much going to die. Yeah,
well, and every scrap of HP they shave off of this Z52 is huge. He has no way to recover any of it. Well, not one of those destroyers like the Daring or the Ragnar that's got to heal.
He's not spotted anymore.
No, he's finally managed to sneak out and go dark. He is still, is his engine out? He's
DCPing right now.
Okay, there we go. I couldn't tell if he was burning or his engine was out. I think his engine was out. Yeah.
His engine's DCP'd. So he's okay for a little bit longer, but I don't know.
It was a lot of health for basically no gain, right? Ganser's position, they're not really getting them anything. They had some spots on Bowser, but I haven't seen any shells going in looking for him yet. I think the Ohio, that's Omaru back here on the 3 line, kind of maybe trying to angle in and get shots, but right now he has no vision, no way to see Bowser.
Yep. Now, for those of you guys who have not seen our cast in the previous weekend, we caught a game of MUMEI. And
2 games.
That's right. And they looked extremely strong.
They looked very good.
So, this is not by any means one team dominating over another.
No.
These are 2 teams that I'd say are pretty evenly distributed here in terms of skill.
I would agree, and especially when you look at their stats side by side, look at the lineups. Both teams essentially have more or less the same win rate, the same average damage, and so on and so forth. So these two teams are very well matched for this. I'm not surprised that we're seeing a game 3 here.
That's right. Project Belgium Salem just took a torpedo on the face. Unfortunately, that forced a flood, DCP, and a heal. And he's trying to duck into cover. That island just ate the one that was meant for him.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Absolutely. So, not too much going on over on the 9-10 line. Conquer and Goliath in kiting position, ready to answer any sort of push.
Yeah, they've set up the Shimakaze. That's Ducky shot out front, right, with the now are these the 20 kilometers? He's probably using the 12 kilometers if he's there to prevent the push. Yes.
So I'm pretty sure Ducky is using 20s.
Okay.
And Kohai Essex is using 12s.
Okay.
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
We'll have to double check next time we see Ducky's torpedoes.
Yep. No worries. And it would kind of make sense that you know again you've got the flame throwing Conqueror over here, all of that HE pen, a great matchup against this Kremlin, of course.
Yep.
You almost get the sense, man. If I'm MUMEI looking at this setup right now, I'm wishing I had a destroyer up here to dump torpedoes into that Conqueror's face.
Yeah.
To try and put a little pressure on him right now.
Yeah, we're about to see a little butt touch over at A as Flying Dozers Nevsky just turned on his fancy 12-kilometer radar. Why now is going to have to back off, but not before everyone Cannoli gets whacked a couple of times for his trouble.
Indeed. Well, and I think for a moment there, I'm not sure if Usada's radar was up, but he was spotted.
Yes.
Usada looks like now he's trying to reverse back up. Yeah, let's see. Is his radar? Oh, his radar's down. Yeah, Usada's radar down for another 30 seconds, so they're not able to pick up Obi-Wan Cannoli in the smoke, but they were continuing to blind fire in there.
Yeah, you paid for the range with essentially the staying power of that radar.
Yep. Think they're going to push Cannoli off the cap, maybe?
Okay, I like what I'm seeing here. Look at Ganser being rotated back to A. They realize that the gambit at C is not working. And look at Zapata trying to butt cap C with a Salem.
Wow, this is bold. They can see him. No, they can't. They can't see him. They're guessing.
Yeah.
They could. Okay, I was gonna say because I saw shells coming in and he's not detected right now.
Usada got another radar up. Cannoli is in trouble for a little while.
Yep, there's the radar from Usada. They're gonna try and push Cannoli off the cap. Kohai back in with his Shimakaze, also chipping in there.
Might as well. Now Obi-Wan is no longer detected.
He ducks out of the radar range. Kohai gets a little hard cover, although Cannoli down under 4,000 hit points. And soon Ganser will be there.
Yeah, 2,500.
8 minutes gone, and this game so far feels like it's all about the A cap. There's been we had a little bit of action at B. All the action at C has basically been on the 9-10 line. Teams jockeying for position, and it's taken MUMEI a while, but they finally brought the Kremlin around. Between him and the Salem, they're trying to cap C, as the Kremlin is throwing shells downrange at Yoshi's Conqueror.
Yeah, I think they've realized that they can't go up the 9-10 line.
No, it's not working out over there.
And Kelvin at least is durable enough to just say, to hell with this, I'm going to relocate, I don't care who shoots at me.
Right. And his job now is to draw fire so they don't go looking for Zapata, although Zapata is lit right there. So somebody's going to take a pot shot, I bet, to either force him out or get the reset before they bag C. Because for all of the jabbering and board position, they do manage to get a reset on Zapata just in time. But I mean, May has a 120-point lead here, and we're getting close to the halfway mark of the game.
So are you saying they don't need to be fighting over C this much?
No, I think they do, because 120 points, you know, it's not, I mean, it's nice to say, but the reality is that can go away in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
So, or one kill, basically, will almost erase that deficit. However, one cap ticking up is light pressure. Right. 2 caps ticking up is pretty good pressure. If it's 2-1, then you still only have that 1 cap advantage. That 1 cap advantage.
Yep.
But if you're ticking up 2 and your opponent's ticking up none, that is big pressure on your opponent. They have to make a play. They have to do something.
Absolutely. So, you know, I see Zapata moving off of this spot here, and I think what he's doing is he's relocating so he can try to back in or even bow in to C, but from a relatively safer position.
Well, and now have a look at Optical's daring. They've rotated him back. He had been kind of tag teaming A. They seem to have given up on A for now. I think Optical is going to try and get in for B. I think GGWP realizing they have basically had no positive points all game. They've only earned 6 points in 10 minutes, and they can't sustain that. So I think they're going to give this a go here. He's kind of chosen a bad spot, though, because they know the Des Moines is out there and there's already torpedoes coming in.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is actually okay. I thought he was going to take a torpedo there, but he was fine. He managed to find a convenient spot between both of the spreads. But yeah, with him being so low, it's really going to be hard for GGWP to push A. And look at the Kremlin, though. Look at Kelvin.
Yeah, I think for some reason they decided they're going to push this Kremlin in and either get into Bowser's face and force him back to where maybe the Salem will have shots. I'm not sure. But they are driving this Kremlin right into the middle of the board.
Yeah, Bowser is taking some hits there on the front.
Yeah, good shot from the Ohio over on the 3 line.
Bowser, meanwhile, shooting at Project Belgium on the 9 line.
Well, Belgium is actually a little on the low side.
Yeah, he is.
He's probably their pick target, the lowest thing they could be shooting at if they wanted to.
Yep. No, they only have really just one ship that can shoot him, though, and that's
now, Kelvin is about to come around the corner and discover that Optical is right in his face.
He's detected now.
He's turning his guns. He's not. He's going to get one salvo out. A big hit on Optical. A big hit on Optical, but I'm sure Optical's been holding his torpedo salvo for this.
Oh. Obi-Wan goes down.
They do get Obi-Wan over on the 1 line. Took a while. A lucky torpedo gives MUMEI the first kill of the game.
Right, let's get back to Kelvin.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be there for long. Kelvin is driving right into the daring torpedo salvo. He's going to eat literally all of these, all of the torpedoes, and he goes down.
Why you do this?
I have to wonder why not leave him in that gap until you can pull somebody up. They probably didn't know the daring was there.
Okay, so
we knew, but they didn't.
Sure. But here's the thing: when you come across around a corner and you see a daring or any destroyer near a battleship, your instinct shouldn't be, "I'm going to charge it."
Yeah.
In my opinion, your instinct should be, "I need to turn away from it." Right? I need to get out of there. Meanwhile, Stream is catching up there on the replay. There's the Z-52 torpedo on Obi-Wan Kenobi's gearing.
There we go. Now Zapata once again trying for the C-cap. Looks like he's finally going to get it. He is lit. Shells coming in from Killstar's Ragnar, but it looks like they're going to fall astern. They are. Seconds away now.
Oh, my
goodness. He sneaks it in just as the shells arrive from Gibbous' Goliath over on the 10 line.
Yeah.
And just like that, the pressure intensifies on GGWP.
Well, you know what? He's so low, he can't really stay. He's going to just hit W and go.
No.
But Project Belgium... if I'm Project Belgium, I'm not shooting my guns.
I mean, he's about to be staring a Conqueror in the face. I just is not going to end well.
No.
They have no way to prevent Yoshi's push down the 9 line. They don't have a destroyer on this flank.
No. Now, Project Belgium does have a heal available in that Salem, and it's on now.
Yeah, he just turned it on. He was waiting for the Conqueror's second salvo. Now swapping to the AP. It looks like he's looking for full pins up near the bow.
Yeah.
Intentionally aiming to get full pins on the bow of the Conqueror, but the Conqueror
also
puts his own heal.
Yep.
And now is Belgium like he might be pushing up trying for the ram?
I mean, you might as well, but look at Ducky's shot. He's doing a nice job of torpedoing.
Yep.
And holding
him there.
Back.
Yep, pinning him in that position.
Belgium's going down.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time till they lose Belgium. Just seconds away here. Yoshi also taking some solid hits from Zapata's Salem, who's taking the opportunity to farm him with AP off his starboard side.
Why not?
From the south end of the C-cap. It's working brilliantly.
Absolutely.
Yoshi's got 40 seconds to his next heal, and honestly, if Zapata keeps this up, he may not still be there in 40 seconds.
Right, and I see DeGort's Des Moines also backing up and getting his shells into this conversation, too.
Yoshi's getting very low, under 5K and burning. He's going to go out. They're going to pick him up right here.
Yeah.
There he goes. That's a big kill for MUMEI.
Absolutely huge.
400-point lead, 6 minutes to play here in this decisive Game 3, and everything is coming up MUMEI so far. They own 2 caps and have traded evenly on ships and health thus far.
That's right. Remember, GGWP was the seeded team.
Yes, they were. MUMEI is actually interesting. We didn't get to talk about this. They were the only team in the group stage to beat the seeded team and knock them out of that first round.
Yes. PN, right?
No, well done. WD. WD, they knocked WD out. So they were the only team they were only team to beat their seeded opponent.
Look at the 10 line, Raptor, quickly. We have a Goliath that's pushing around on Cherise Moskva.
I see this.
This is an interesting play, but with the current situation, gotta make something happen.
Yeah,
right?
GGWP's got to make something happen. Their gap is they're about to be nearly 500 points down as Ducky finally steps onto the C cap to try and stem the bleeding a bit.
Yep, Gebbis though showing broadside, having to show broadside to that Salem in order to get himself up there. Oh man, he's just taking it full side.
Well, let's say the Salem now. I mean, the Salem now chipping in. The Goliath is kind of caught out here, and he's not. Goliath is an interesting ship for this flank or this choice, right? He's got a very long reload and a great heal, but he's not really built for these kinds of engagements where you want quick reloads.
Now look at the Ragnar as well. He'll start coming in on this too. And Cherie's probably going to go out. The question is, how much health is he going to take with him?
Pretty sure they're going to get him. It's just a matter of what damage can he do on the way out. Is he rotating his guns to look for Ducky? His radar, he's out of radar.
He's out of radar. Check the torps.
It's not going to do him any good. He can't turn broadside to the Goliath.
No. So I mean, nice work on isolating one ship. Getting him out there.
Really good kill from GGWP right here.
This is almost like a safari, like we're watching, lions hunting.
Here we see the Moskva and its natural habitat.
Yes, right, exactly. Separated from the herd.
Separated from the herd, and just like that, GGWP out to a ship lead here, and a small health lead, under 4 minutes to play, but they have a huge points gap to make up here. Well, they're running out of time.
They also have an Ohio that's sitting in A saying, you've had this gap long enough.
Zaf, it looks to me like they've just gone full send here.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Like, with time ticking away, they're not screwing around anymore.
Well, Usada is extremely low at 3,000 hit points.
He's lit, too, back there. Ganser 72 trying to smoke and get in and provide him some cover. But it's not going to happen. Usada on 44 hit points.
Oh,
they have it. He's dark now. Nope. They get him. Oh, the Nevsky finally lands the shells. That gives, again, GWP a little more breathing room. But they're still 3 minutes to play. They're running out of time.
That's right. Shimakaze being rotated back, Kohai coming back towards A to see if he can stem the tide of this bleeding over here on the A cap.
I gotta say, Zach, if I'm Omaru, I almost think you just go ram Gutazoa and hold the cap control. What do you think? Am I crazy?
Well, that's a discussion for later.
Okay.
But yes, I think you could definitely get away with that.
Oh, he's trying for flying. Oh, the Nevsky, he's got a shot.
But I think what Omaru is trying to do
big hit.
Is to tie up Godoza and at the same time take down Nevsky in the same process.
Now have a look at these F-52 torps coming in for Godoza's port side. That's gonna impact this battle here in a moment. I think he's gonna only take one of these in the bow.
Meanwhile, Kohai is detected by Optical's daring. There goes the smoke, but
if they kill Kohai, this whole game could shift. 2 minutes to play.
That's right. Shells coming in all over the place.
Fishing for him in there. They need this kill desperately if they want to try and win this game.
Oh,
they get Dighorst, but boy, that's a big kill. Less than 200 points now, under 2 minutes.
Kohai's smoke.
He's burning. He's going out.
Wow.
GGWP is fighting back in this game. They gave up so much ground on caps, but now, just on the strength of kills alone, they've just about taken the lead with only 90 seconds to play.
Man, these guys have bent, but they have not broken.
No, they haven't. Optical's about to step onto A. That's going to stop all the points gains, the few points gains that MUMEI had.
Sudden, yeah.
60-point gap is not going to do it. It's gonna happen. There's going to be a lead change at some point here before the game ends. I'm certain of it.
I actually saw a game like this go down on EU this morning.
Well, I tell you straight up, Zaf, it's all about this Ohio engagement.
Yep.
If MUMEI can kill Godoza before time expires, they might be able to hold on to the lead. Might.
Yep.
But if they lose, I mean, they're going to lose the lead one way or the other. But if they can bag this kill, nope, it's too late. That's it. They get Zapata, that's it. It's over now. The Ohio engagement's not going to be enough. They just turn and fall on these guys like piranhas. And in the space of, 4 minutes?
Yeah.
They killed like half the enemy team.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. I mean, it's almost like they were looking at the scoreboard, like MUMEI was looking at the scoreboard and saying, we got this, we're fine, we just need to hold. And then all of a sudden, GGWP is
like, nope, find your W keys, boys, we are going.
You're going to hold our beer.
That's right. We're going all in. Let's do it. The full send working out for GGWP here. They might still lose this Ohio over on the one line, but it's not going to be enough to change the score this late in the game. 10 seconds on the game timer.
What a battle.
What a great game. But GGWP is going to go away with the victory here, 2-1. They're going to move on to the top 8. And MUMEI, having played an amazing tournament thus far, will fall to the losers bracket here in day 3, excuse me.
That's right. Day 3.
You kind of get that sense. That was an excellent game, and you know, I'm not afraid to admit it. I had written GGWP off by about the 5 when there was 4 minutes left to play or 5 minutes left to play or whatever. They were 400 something points down. I was like, nah, this ain't happening. And it just, I think it all began over there on the 10 line, right? That 9-10 line engagement. They were able to get the Moskva. That's points. They get him off the flank. Now they can dive the C-cap.
That's right.
Then from there, they can springboard over towards B and make more gains. And that was a huge play.
It's one after the next. It's
Yeah.
a dominoes. They just start to fall.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh my God, what the heck's happening?
It's just like there's a line that Mark Watney has in The Martian, the film, right? He says you solve one problem, and then you solve the next, and you solve the next.
Yeah.
And eventually, you get to win the game.
Right.
Awesome. All right, well, let's go back to our commentators in the studio. We'll see you guys again in a few minutes for a new series.
That was